Man, look, if I was rich and lived in LA, I'd be fucking so many hoes till my dick fell off, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. But anyway, today we got the real story of Allylotti, the rise of Juice WRLD's Malevolent queen. Whatever the fuck that mean. Without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump right into it, nigga. Gang, gang.
Alicia Leone, also known as Allylotti, a nickname given to her by the late rapper Juice WRLD when they first started dating, is one of the most well-known significant others in the hip-hop industry. Perhaps this is because Juice WRLD rose to such high peaks of fame, or this was her plan all along. For at this point, she has maintained a steady amount of followers on her social medias, albeit mostly Juice WRLD fans, but now she's essentially set for life in the career and finance department.
That bitch following
As
one
they say,
person.
attention is the new oil, and she definitely knows how to get it. Although lately, it seems the crazed Juice WRLD fans begging her for new information on upcoming and posthumous releases have turned on her, and justifiably in my opinion. Proof existing within the fact that she has already lost approximately 200,000 followers since her peak, shortly following Juice WRLD's passing at 1.7 million to now 1.5. Granted, hip-hop fans still follow her, but for other reasons. Allylotti was born on May 28th, 1993, which would make her 29 years old, rapidly approaching the big 30. She's half black from her dad's side that she does not associate with after he left her family early on, and half Puerto Rican from her mother. Raised in South Jersey in the Philadelphia metro.
That bitch, she half black. I thought she was just white. She half black. God damn, I ain't gonna lie though. She cute though. I ain't even gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to her. She cute.
It's an area. In her teens, she moved to Alabama, where she attended the School of Arts at University of Alabama before dropping out to pursue fashion and modeling. Fortunately, I guess her aspirations actually worked out, in a way. But prior to meeting Juice WRLD, her story told a much darker past. For one, she danced for a few years to earn money while pursuing her dreams, and allegedly picked up a bit of a criminal history along the way. But who was Alicia Leone before she met Juice WRLD? And what other nicknames was she given by other rappers? For old tweets have surfaced from her very same account, alleging to her following at the time that she was with Smoke Perp in New York City, among following plenty of other rappers across the country. Such affections range from flying to Colorado for Offset and Trippie Redd, both of which became long-term collaborators and friends of Juice WRLD in the prime of his career, as well as whatever rapper she could get her hands on, it seems. And regardless of what she said in interviews, from a leaked video of her listening to one of Juice WRLD's first ever and biggest hit singles, she didn't even really like the song.
And this is why I can't listen to the fucking radio. I need to stop fucking rappers. You have a small dick.
Yo, what the fuck, dog? Yo, she disrespectful as hell, bro. But you got with that nigga though. So what that say about you? You got with that nigga though. And you went behind that nigga back, bro. Nah, cause you gave his ring to that weird looking motherfucker. That nigga, how you switch up from black dick to white dick? You foul. You foul.
But hey, it's not unheard of for women to lust after rappers who tend to be rather affluent and high value men. So can we really blame her? Though Ally seemed to live such a sporadic lifestyle, traveling from city to city before Juice WRLD, there's something in her life that has always stuck with her, even until this day.
Couldn't move, same side, look at you, out of luck, bound to lose, misery,
Allylotti always claimed to have her own money when questioned by Juice WRLD fans as to how she was going to be financially stable after Juice WRLD passed away, since she did not have any share or ownership in his royalties, especially since from the outside looking in, she did not physically separate from the rapper ever while on international tours and jumping from studio to studio every day throughout the relationship. Well, what fans dug up a few years ago following Juice WRLD's death in the process of further investigating conspiracies surrounding the tragic event was that a certain Alyssa Leon has some pretty serious arrests in her criminal history. For according to this document that is public online, on August 18th of 2017, she was arrested for the importation of methamphetamine in the Southern District of California, attempting to smuggle the paraphernalia across the border.
Man,
in fact,
nah.
for the next 3 years, or potentially to this day, she cannot enter or reside in the Republic of Mexico without permission of the court or probation officer. Fortunately,
Oh, she
with her
wildin',
decision
bro.
of pleading guilty, it seems her judge was rather forgiving in that she only served 3 years of probation and instructed to participate in a drug abuse treatment program. Although she was recommended for facility imprisonment as well. Yet,
Y'all know damn well if that was a man, that nigga would have been behind bars immediately. They would have threw that nigga in the cell and threw away the key, nigga.
there was no actual public record of her ever serving. Following this information being spread around the hip-hop community, she responded to the claims denying that it's a totally different person. But given such strong similarities to recent events, fans aren't too sure. Juice WRLD and Allylotti met in a very similar way to many others in the digital age, via Instagram DMs. For she even admitted to have slid into his DMs after his first couple of songs started blowing up on the charts in the summer of 2018. But before his Instagram fanbase caught up, perfect timing if you ask me, saying something along the lines of, quote, "Good music, keep it up, kid." Mind you,
She
she
called
was
that nigga
25
kid,
years old at
bro.
the time.
The fuck?
Meanwhile, Juice WRLD had just graduated from high school at the age of 18.
Ain't no way.
But after a few months of somewhat consistent communication, Ally ended up flying to Rhode Island from Memphis, where she was living at the time, to meet Juice WRLD in person for the first time. They spent the next 4 days together, and the rest was history. She packed her stuff up to go live with him in LA, and a few months later, in November of 2018, they publicized their newfound relationship on Instagram. But as
I'm sorry, but that bitch just looked like a snake, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. She just looked like a backstabbing asshole. Like, bro, something about her. Like, we knew something was up when they was dating, but we definitely knew after. Yeah, and we were saying like, bro, is it like, did you really love this nigga, or did you just get with him for the money and the clout? Cause you immediately switched up after he died. Y'all hear that thunder? God damn. But she immediately switched up after he died, bro. Then she gave away that nigga ring to some fucking white boy, nigga. Dude look like a square ass nigga. She a snake, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
briefly mentioned a bit earlier, this whole relationship, or the two even meeting, seemed like the stars truly aligned. At least for Ally. For if you recall the past tweets wherein she was following rappers around the country to potentially run into them for her own personal motivations, they were all dated around the same time she met Juice WRLD, spanning from late 2017 with Smoke Perp and Trippie Redd, all the way to October of 2018 for Offset, right before her and Juice went public, I might add. But hey, at least the girl knows what she wants, right? Not to mention how Juice WRLD's mega hit, Lucid Dreams, that peaked at number 2 on Billboard and now surpassing 800 million views on his Lyrical Lemonade music video debut, also released within this time frame. His previous single from early on in the year, ironically titled All Girls Are the Same, was picking up steam as well, reaching number 41 on Billboard. What's even more obvious about her intentions, at least originally, was the previous video that we already watched, in which she was actually disgusted by Juice WRLD's music. Unsurprisingly, she wasn't even a fan of his music,
Exactly.
at least at first.
Look how she switched up, bro.
Juice WRLD wasn't the only recipient within her diabolical plans though. For Juice WRLD actually had a girlfriend when Ally first DM'd him, known as Starfire or Alexia, that he actually lived with during the first stages of his rise to fame.
I do remember her.
In fact, many of the love songs released and unreleased recorded in early to mid 2018 were about her, whereas Lucid Dreams was an ode to another ex-girlfriend before her, named Bella. Unfortunately, although expected from a rapidly rising young star, Juice WRLD's relationship with Ally overlapped a bit with Starfire. Then he actually admitted to cheating on her in a podcast to her dismay, claiming that she wasn't treating him well.
Hell yeah.
Wow, all this was going on when I was with my ex. She's gonna find out I cheated.
Nothing has to.
Oh no, I want this to come out.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
To which she then responded in a now deleted video on YouTube attempting to expose all of his ill doings. Because of this occurrence, a rather large rift within the Juice WRLD fan base had been created in which fans picked sides.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know who, like, I knew who she was, but I wasn't that deep into, like, their relationship and shit. Like, on no weird fucking shit like most of these Hollywood niggas be doing. But, like, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy. My nigga Juice did not give a fuck. He was gonna spill the tea whenever, wherever, nigga.
As to who was the better girlfriend. Obviously, Starfire also had much contempt towards Ally given the scandal, amplifying the feud to the point where they exchanged words via private and public social media messages a few times. One aspect of the situation that has never sat well with the fan base though was the age difference, in that, albeit fully legal in all states, a grown woman of 25 years old essentially coaxed a still developing young man fresh out of high school into a relationship right when he came into a large sum of money. An accusation that has only been strengthened by leaked text messages from her phone by a hacker texting 17-year-old Lil Pump in 2018 prior to her relationship with Juice WRLD, telling him that she was coming over later that day. Regardless, the two were inseparable basically upon first meeting. But why exactly? Aside from the obvious. What some believe is their seemingly strong relationship was rooted upon avid drug use. Couples who do drugs together
was on hella drugs.
Stay together, right? Or it's probably the opposite, to be honest. But it almost creates some sort of addiction effect, wherein when you do drugs and get a positive feeling, at least temporarily, while you're with somebody else, there are studies that when you think of that person later on, it again gives you positive feelings associated with the drug. But it was no secret what they were doing, especially due to the majority of Juice WRLD's released music's lyrics, subject matter, that he was abusing opiates. In fact, in an interview with Daily Mail, Starfire even claimed he would take up to 3 Percocets daily, mixed with codeine concoctions. Mind you,
and that's what got that nigga killed, bro. Like, that nigga was taking too many drugs at once, bro. Then the nigga tried to hide this shit. Then the nigga overdosed in the motherfucking airport, bro. That shit is crazy, dog. Rest in peace, my nigga Juice.
their respective relationship was prior to Allylotti, and therefore could have and likely did escalate his intake, considering the easier access of being a famous rapper and the lifestyle that accompanies this job title. Not to mention, as we discussed earlier in the video, Ally's own habits and or potential connections to the drug business that likely even amplified his drug problems. For in several songs, Juice WRLD alluded to the possibility that his girlfriend, aka Allylotti at the time, was a drug dealer, or at least sourced the drugs for him. In the opening verse of a posthumous single, Wandered to LA featuring Justin Bieber, he sang, "Maybe it's because my girlfriend is the plug." Although this bar and similar lyrics do conflict with Juice WRLD's public apologies to Ally on Twitter, whereby she allegedly left him temporarily due to excessive drug use. Perhaps she started off as the plug, but then she tried to halt the ever-growing issue before it was too late. One of the primary motivations Juice WRLD had to get clean was to bear a child. Apparently he and Ally tried multiple times, suffering 3 miscarriages, one of which transpiring after he had passed away. For excessive drug use over a long period of time can actually permanently reduce one's fertility rate, and therefore, To leave a legacy,
See, I didn't even know
he
that.
had to make sacrifices. Ally even mentioned in an IG live that he was actually planning to get treatment right before he passed away after all his international tour stops that he just flew back to the States from.
I literally, the 8th he passed away, I had him appointment for him on the 21st to go ahead and get his blood changed and to go ahead and start detoxing. And I told him that we'll do it together and I'll be right there with him. And because he wanted a kid, and he wanted a kid so bad. And I was going to the doctors like for a couple months. I didn't let him, he wanted to have a kid literally when we first started talking. And I was like, no, you need to wait. You need to I have dogs. Let's see if you can take care of dogs before
I respect that.
get me fucking pregnant, because I'm 26. I've been waiting. I'm good. I'm good. Unless you show me you're going to be the best dad in the world, I don't want, go ahead, go in there. I don't want to have a kid when I didn't have a dad. I want to make sure my child has a good dad.
Unfortunately, again, these plans didn't come to full fruition. On December 8th, 2019, 3:15 a.m., only 6 days after turning 21 years old, Juice WRLD passed away at the Chicago Midway Airport due to an opioid overdose. Federal and Chicago agents waited for his private jet's arrival from Los Angeles after the pilot called in to notify that his passengers may have contraband on the plane. While police confiscated 41 vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana, 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup, 2 9mm pistols, a .40 caliber pistol, a high-capacity ammunition magazine, and metal-piercing bullets from the luggage aboard the plane. All the while, rumors spread from alleged...
If he didn't die that night, he would have definitely went to jail for a long ass time. All them goddamn guns, them bullets, those weed, bro, them weed bags, my nigga. Yeah, if he was still alive, he would definitely be in jail for a long ass time, bro. That's a whole lot of shit.
Unreleased surveillance footage that Juice WRLD inserted a pill, likely a Percocet, into his mouth to hide at least one piece of evidence from the police while all this was going down. But it seems his body couldn't take it any longer, for soon after, he suffered a seizure, to which medics administered Narcan to mitigate potential opioid effects after Ally informed them of his drug. Surprisingly, only 2 misdemeanor offenses persisted, those being Juice WRLD's 2 bodyguards receiving charges for illegally possessing firearms and ammunition. But what happened to the rest of the rather copious amounts of paraphernalia and their respective charges? Someone had to be blamed, right? Well, this caused fans to start blaming his so-called friends around him, given that there is a possibility that the charges were placed upon him while deceased to avoid any trouble for the living.
Oh, damn.
Regardless of the morality or ethics of this situation, there is no way all of the contraband was just for him.
Exactly.
It has been well over 3 years since Juice WRLD passed away, and his legacy still intact, potentially stronger than when he was alive, as many rappers unfortunately are not appreciated fully until they are gone. But I wouldn't say Allylotti has helped at all in this matter, rather quite the opposite, for it's no secret that she has been involved in a myriad of controversies since his death. But can you really blame her? Packing up a suitcase from her house in Memphis to essentially never come back for a little over a year, meanwhile riding the astronomical highs of one of the most successful hip-hop artists ever, considering how short of a time frame he was actually signed to a record label, but also accompanying the disastrous lows of the excessive drug use and addiction that ultimately led to Juice WRLD's demise. Not to mention the fact that shortly before he passed, the couple had become engaged, but without legal title of his wife, she was left with nothing from his estate.
Bro.
That means no percentage royalties from any of the past or future music releases, ranging to possibly hundreds or even thousands of songs given his known habits for recording multiple songs per day. And because of this, some believe, with the rampant Juice WRLD unreleased music black market accumulating at this point in time over millions of dollars to sellers, that she was a frequent supplier. That would be one easy way to sustain the lavish lifestyle, since many Juice WRLD leaked bundles sell for upwards of tens of thousands of dollars in relatively untraceable currencies, let's say. Although, there is sufficient evidence that her devices have also been hacked a few times by notorious leakers within the community. Up until this point though, most fans still give her the benefit of the doubt given the circumstances. Why kick someone while they're down? However, her more recent behavior has been deemed rather inexcusable by even the wider hip-hop community. It all began a little over a year ago. Per usual, Ally answered detailed fan questions on Twitter about their favorite artist, because he couldn't be here to do it any longer, obviously. But this time...
Nah, bro, I don't feel bad for that bitch, bro, because look, nigga, she fucking, after he died, she gave over the ring that he gave to her to some fucking white boy, nigga, who looks like he can't even lift up a fucking 10-pound dumbbell. The fuck, nigga? Man, nah, fuck her.
Was different. Ally shares a glimpse of the day Juice WRLD passed away, but more specifically this time, insinuates that the news and/or police report were medically incorrect, meaning that, hypothetically, he did not pass away from an overdose, as we previously thought, and that she had to sign an NDA to withhold such information from the public. And believe me, I am always willing to give conspiracies their fair shake. So at the time, I was willing to hear her out, especially given all the recent events in our world going on nowadays involving government and police. A fan responds, "I'm scared of the truth." She replies, "You should be," painting a fairly eerie picture, if I do say myself. Afterwards, speculation runs wild while Ally remains quiet for the next year or so, notably pointing fingers at other people within Juice WRLD's immediate camp, such as Lil Bibby, Chris Long, among No Limit Gang affiliates known from popular Chicago rappers such as G Herbo, that some fans theorize were behind a secret hit due to potentially a hefty life insurance policy held by the label and/or not wanting to be involved in the importation of paraphernalia that they were detained for on the night of Juice WRLD's death. Fast forward to the end of 2022, Ally continues to be adamant that the autopsy results that confirmed Juice WRLD's death was caused by an overdose were corrupted.
Y'all mad because literally I'm like, oh, blah, 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 you guys think he died from a drug overdose. You're wrong. You're wrong. Literally, you're wrong. So suck a dick.
Bro, that's a turn off, nigga.
Suck a dick. There's a lot of shit y'all don't know that I fucking grieve through myself while I let y'all grieve and talk.
Then spill the fucking tea, bitch. Why are you withholding that information? If you know how he really died, share that information. Unless you can't, because that would incriminate you, because you probably had something to do with his death. Type shit. See? You gotta think, bro.
Mad shit on me. I don't care.
Although this time, the benefit of the doubt fans once gave her seemed to be lost. Likely why she came off so condescending in this Instagram live video. Perhaps she knows something we don't though, being at the scene of the crime and all.
I ain't gonna lie, she probably do.
In more likelihood, she has resumed the very same dark habits from her relationship with Juice WRLD of relentless drug use. For one on drugs never believes the drugs to be the problem. Or perhaps, this belief is a coping mechanism to relieve herself from any blame in Juice WRLD's death by participating and potentially encouraging such behavior that ended his life. At this point, it is quite apparent that Allylotti has stopped trying to appease Juice WRLD's fan base. And honestly, this is probably for the better, regardless of the past controversies. But because of her rather attractive female stature, in combination with a large following, leaves a wide open financial opportunity. OnlyFans, where she originally planned on sharing exclusive Juice WRLD content. Easy money if you ask me.
Yeah.
However, potentially due to the unethical nature of exploiting posthumous content for money. Later on, I guess she decided to post typical lewd content, as many of the other girls do, advertised heavily by similar photos posted on her Instagram. And we mustn't forget the blatant pump and dump crypto schemes she promoted utilizing the same audience gained off the back of her ex-fiance, such as the one and only Boost Coin, all with the help of her new alleged boyfriend and brand partnership manager Carter Jameson, who somehow actually seemed to be well connected in the clout and music industry, posting pictures with a handful of rappers and internet celebrities like Kodak Black.
Man, look at this bitch ass nigga, bro. I'd have punched that nigga. I'll break that nigga jaw. Fuck that nigga, bro. Nigga, boy, he fucking hey, bro. Nigga, you know that nigga can't fuck. That nigga got a 5-inch dick, bro. Fuck this nigga.
Dirk, Chief Keef, Steve Will Do It, and last but not least, Allylotti.
Who respects
all
that
at
nigga?
The age of 19. Coincidentally, around the same age she met Juice WRLD.
She like young men.
Who he also seemed to be a fan of, flaunting the Rolex watch Juice gave Ally while they were still together while playing his music on his Instagram story. Obviously, fans did not take this very lightly and began investigating into the depths of his life and social media as well. On his websites, he declares himself to be a 19-year-old serial entrepreneur, founder, and CEO of Gateway Digital Marketing Agency.
Fuck that nigga.
But in plain English, he basically runs celebrity partnered follower giveaways, wherein businesses and aspiring influencers essentially pay for inactive followers that enter the lottery to win an expensive prize. Fans also attempted to expose a network of Twitter accounts that he owned, by which he allegedly promoted crypto scams and other pump and dump schemes with multiple profiles to increase its social proof. If there's one lesson we've learned throughout the information in this video, it's to never mess with Juice WRLD fans. Which leads us to our full circle moment, and that only a couple weeks ago from the time of this recording, Allylotti and her new boy toy were arrested on a series of drug and theft charges. Only Allylotti faced the brunt of allegations, including none other than possession of methamphetamine or cocaine purposed to deliver, in addition to drug paraphernalia. Oddly similar to the Alyssa Leon sentencing we reviewed earlier. Both she and Carter shared the final theft of property charges.
This nigga, you stealing property, bro, and you with this bitch? Nah, bro. Somebody need to stab this nigga in his throat. Fuck this nigga, dog. You ain't shit. Man, that shit really pissed me off. Ally, you fucking downgraded like a... Man, you down bad, bro.
The Carter claimed was an accident blown out of proportion for unknowingly walking out of a Walmart with a $62 mirror they didn't scan. And like he said, it didn't turn out to be that big of a deal, for Carter was released from jail soon after, and Ally the next morning after paying off her $2,500 bond. She was also lucky enough to come home to a brand new 2023 Mercedes-Benz GT shared on her Instagram story. She really knows how to lock down rich men. And now, I believe Ally is ready to depart from the toxic climate of social media. Aren't we all? For it's quite obvious she doesn't even want to run her own Instagram account anymore due to the countless engagement farm comments her profile posts on virtually every large hip-hop and pop culture post. A strategy many OnlyFans girls employ with managers and admins to drive more traffic to their profile to entice men with sexy pictures and therefore their link in bio for the OnlyFans subscription. Passive income if I've ever seen it. So I can't even really hate. I might do the same if my story had been this exhausting.
The real story of Allylotti wrapped up, man. Fire ass video. Fuck both of them. Fuck Ally. Fuck that new boyfriend she with. You took that nigga ring and gave it to that nigga, bro. Like, you down bad, bro. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You ain't shit. Man, but that's when we end this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all boys in the next one. My world, we out.